Hey everybody, how we doing? Everything is broken on my end, so that's cool. We're really enjoying that. What up, Steve Miranda? What up, Marvin? What up, Envy? Chef? Dylon? What's going on? Please hold while I figure out why everything is broken currently. Like we're broken. We're not regular broken. We are super turbo broken. The only thing that I can get up and running is the calculator. Even my Spotify is broken. Deputy Dog was good. Envy's hype. What up, Disturbed? Nah, Dylan, bank account's looking fine. What up, Gordo? I mean, I don't even understand what's happening here. Why is this thing broken? Yeah, Gordo, we're not having a great time. Can you guys even hear me? I wouldn't be surprised if that's broken too, to be honest with you. Okay, so at least people can hear me. I think I'm going to have to... Ooh, hold on. Alright, hold on. Hold on. We might be getting somewhere. Might be getting somewhere. I am hella dehydrated right now. Okay. Oh, we got a white screen. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got a white screen. Champions logo. Let's go. I'm doing great. Welcome to the Sun Numbers channel. He is an expert at all things champions and all things computers. Problems usually only slow him down anywhere between 24 and 48 business hours. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. Jamie Say, what's going on, man? Welcome in. How you doing? All right, so we got the most important thing accomplished. I got the game up and running. What up, Smiles? How you doing? Oh, can't complain. I'm here. I just got done doing yard work, so I'm a little tired. It has dropped approximately 25 degrees since last week in my area, though, so it wasn't like I was, I'm not melting currently, which is nice. How many people got Ray Phoenix? What up, J-Bone? J Boner got the Ray Phoenix. That's cool. Spider Guard! The man responsible for the best entrances in all of WWEC Twitch land. Spider Guard is here. What's going on, Spider Guard? Dylan did not. No Ray Phoenix for me either. I got about 3,000 shards, and that was about it. I gotta be honest. I had a. That's his name, right? Ray Phoenix? Am I wrong? Spider Guard got him from a bag. No way. That never happens. Congratulations, dude. Marvin got everybody but Phoenix. Jay Boner got Becky, Coco, and El Grande. Yeah, I got Becky, Coco, and El Grande. I didn't get EO, although I am, and this almost never happens to me. Well, first of all, I bought Mod Taker because he was the reason. Mod Taker is the reason why I couldn't progress in the Stip Tour because I didn't have him. So I bought him straight up. He was on the prize wall. And then I shard recruited Mommy, which was way cool. And then this very rarely happens the month of release, but I'm only 400 shards away from EO, so I'm actually cautiously optimistic that I'll get her next month. This is a pretty cool number. What's to do in the game today? Yeah, I think the S tiers are easier to get than the A tiers, at least the last 2 months. We got blitzes we can do. King Gunther rules, Jamie say. He's one of my like go-tos. Hey, Wired, what's up, man? Hey, I appreciate the gifted sub. Jamie say congratulations. Thank you, fellas. Pulls? Pull? Nope, no pulls. Alright, we're gonna... This is bothering me. I don't like that. Are you gonna fix yourself? You are not, so you're going away. Okay. I have not done the blitz. I haven't played anything so far today. I've kind of been... Oh, I guess you could. If I get 3 coins, I could get 150. Well, that's not bad. I'd need to get 2 coins. I think I'd have to get kind of lucky. That's alright. I could run the blitzes if y'all want to see me run the blitzes. What else is there to do in the game today? Speed! I can run the speed tours if you guys want to see that. My Coco is unleveled, so I can't run the victory tour here. I could probably run the Grande. Oh no, I can't run. Grande's not running on the simulator. What are my thoughts on hype? Boy, isn't that the $1 million question, right? I'm fine with hype. Maybe slightly controversial opinion. I'm unbothered by hype. I don't mind going turn 2 every once in a while. I actually of all of the feuds that I ran, I only lost 2 matches, and it was because I was stupid. So par for the course, really, but it really didn't bother me at all. The Vision. Everybody go sub to the Vision. And Jamie Say while I'm at it. I'm sorry, guys. Here, let's do this real fast. Let's do this real quick. Well, that's not what I was looking for. That's embarrassing. There we go. Here's a link to Jamie Say's channel. Go sub to him. And go sub to the Vision. Both those guys do great work. Go check out their channels. Drop them a sub. Leave a comment on a couple of videos. Share to your friends. Do all of the algorithm things. There is plenty of room at the table for as many content creators as there wants to be for this game. Everybody's got their own take on everything. As the best community in gaming. Let's continue all of that. Try to figure out what kind of meat to make tomorrow to release while I disappear on holiday for 2 weeks. I gotta be honest, man. I think sometimes it's okay to just disengage. New month rewards from daily showdowns, and it seems more unpopular. Yeah, hype does seem very unpopular right now. Oh. Cool. Look at that. God, I love global chat. Global chat's the gift that keeps on giving. Oh, I see what you're saying, Jamie. Yeah. No info on the next MLC. I don't have it. I'm not connected in. Dylan, calm down. Calm down, Dylan. You can see it right there. You know what's up. Yeah, the MLC blog is normally today. I expect it to go live at around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Jay Boner told me to do this, which I will. We will collect all of it. Give me all of the goodies. Thank you for. I needed this like crazy. Look at that. Ooh, 20,000. Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. I got monies. Oh, not really all that much monies. Anybody down here I need? Negative Ghost Rider. Okay. We'll just keep fighting then. Yeah, my resources are bad. Fine, Dylan. All right, you got it? You good? All right. So all right, I can run any of this that you want, but really what I want to do, and I suppose I can do it here actually. Monday Mayhem. Yeah, my TP is notoriously bad. Like, notoriously bad. Nah, Vision, there's nothing to know about as of right now. We're in that weird lull. Yeah, look, I mean, my highest is 21K. Blech. Speaking of bleh, look at all this bleh, bleh. That's not bad. That's great. I'm really stoked about that. But everything else is bleh. Right, Dylan? Spider Guard, does anybody know what the damage increase is when you have a card at higher hype level than your opponent? Isn't that the question of the day? Oh my goodness. That is why I went live. I've got things I need to do tomorrow, and I can't do my typical late night thing. So we're going to do it now, Spider Guard. Here's the problem. There are multiple problems here, and I have no answers for any of the multiple problems. None of the math makes sense. Vision, dude, tell me about it. I did an entire retrospective of the 2024 freebie cards when I first started this channel. I took everybody up to at least 6-star bronze or 6-star silver to see if I could make them good or make them relevant. I'm still recovering from the resource drop there, because some of those cards I had not leveled up very high at all. It was bad. It is Steiner math in many ways. It is Steiner math because it doesn't make any sense. So here we go. I am hype level 1 with Xavier Woods. My awareness is 1,000, aggression and toughness is 100, and kickout is 20. Now, I do know and can confirm that the kickout is a flat percentage amount that you see right here. So when you see kickout 20, it is absolutely an increase of 20%. And it's a flat increase, okay? So, let's go into battle here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's also the only, it's the only part of hype that actually shows on screen that I can tell so far. So I'm going to try to get this Austin here to pin me. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Well, that sucked. Anyway, so if you've seen my kickout damage video, all of that stuff takes effect. So it takes the damage of the gem that you're breaking. It runs it through the multiplier, and then you'll actually see the 25% increase. You'll see the 20% increase when you click on the gem. With hype, your superstar does get a gem damage boost. Yes. And it actually gets a flat damage boost. Okay. So, what's a good here? We're going to be able to swipe these 3 yellow right here, right? When we click on it, it is 31,004. And that's pretty much base gem damage for Woods here. I do not have any trainers or a strap on him. There is no buffs of any sort to account for. This negative 5% move damage, I believe, is from this persistent thing from years gone past. I don't remember what this is. I just know I have it. And if we click over to bonus, we'll see that there is no gem increase. All right. So his yellow gems are 31,004. All right. So when we look over here, and it looks like I'm going to absolutely just wipe him out. I am. But if we look at the calculator, 31,000, whoops, one too many zeros. Times 3, since I'm breaking 3 of them. The red number should be 93,012. It'll probably actually be 82,115, but if we see something higher than that, that's the hype. You can't see hype on this screen. You can't see hype here. Hype is only shown. Do you see it? The 13,000 critical? And now we won't be able to see true damage totals. This right here is 16,000 multiplied by 3. When we swipe, it should be 48.5. If it shows it to us and we don't cascade, did you see it was 58,116? Here, I'll slow it down. Oh, I wonder if loot boxes are affected by it. That could be interesting. Here, we can actually do it here on the calculator. 48,537, 6 divided by 3. This was our base green gem damage. I'm sorry, this is really all over the place. Green gems were 16,179. We are in the 80 times area, right? So we just multiply that by 80. And then we multiply it by 20% because that's our kick out damage from hype. So times 1.2. We're going to expect our green gems to do 1.553184. There you go. 1.553184. So your kick out damage is a straight 1% equal to whatever you get on hype versus whatever you get afterwards. This is the only one that we can see that I can tell so far. Okay. Did everybody catch that? Anybody want me to go back and do the math on that one real fast? I hope so, Vision. I hope they change it so we can see. It would make my life so much easier. Everybody got? Okay, cool. Loot gem damage is 96, right? So we know that's 1 times 80 equals times 1.2. We get to 96. Everything is on the up and up there. Okay, so that's how kick out gem damage works. As for the rest, I want to try this one here. So this should theoretically be 3. Let's see what it says. 3. Cool. Thanks, game. Jerks. So let's try this blue swipe right here. 16,179 times 3. So we're going to expect 48,537. What will we actually get? 58,116. Okay. Now, obviously 58,116 is a larger number than this 48,537. But here's where the math quits making sense. Okay. So we know I don't have any trainers, I don't have any straps, I don't have any sort of buffs whatsoever. This 48,537 is later, Vision. Thanks for hopping in, man. That's just flat gem damage, but obviously we hit for higher than that. We hit for 58,116. So we'll take that 58,116 and we'll subtract it from the 48,537. We get a difference of 9,579. That is the overall buff that we got from hype on those 3 gems. If we divide it by 3, that means we got a buff of 3,193 damage per blue gem. Okay. And we know that our blue gems are 48,537 divided by 3, 16,179. That's our flat gem damage. I have not finally figured out the math to hype. I've only figured out kick out damage. I haven't figured anything else out, Chads. We're still working on it though. So if we take the 3,193 that we know is the buff from hype, as I'm hype level 1 and Cena is hype level 0. We divide it by our base gem damage is 16,179. We get the number 0.1973545954663254836516471969833744. They'll make me a CC if I do. Man, who knows about this CC stuff? That is what it is. I'm going to continue to do my thing. If they want me to join the team, they'll ask me to join the team. If not, that's cool too. I'll still continue doing my thing. This number is consistent. This 0.1973, it essentially turns out to be a 19.7354% buff. And it's consistent. It happens all the time. So this is the number right here. This is the number that makes the most sense. How the hell you come up with that number is so far beyond me, it's not even funny. Because this is a very random number and it is very weird. It is very weird. So I started thinking of other things, right? So let's clear that number out because I know it is 0.1973545. I know that's the part that manipulates it. Okay. This song sucks. I don't like it. Sorry. See, that's what I was thinking, Jamie say. And once I get to my hype level 2 character, you'll see why even more why I'm kind of infuriated and stumped by it. So my initial thoughts were there is some sort of hidden mechanic within the opponent at hype level 0. And my thought was that 19.73545 number is really close to 20. Right? It's really, really close. So what if the opponent had some sort of like 2%? Right? Well, here's the reason why I think it's 20. If you take 20 and you divide it by 100, because I have 100 aggression, right? I come up with 0.2%. 0.2%. All right. So what if I take my base gem damage of 16,179 and I multiply that 0.2 by 0.2%, which is actually 0.02. I come up with 32. That's not right. We're off by obviously more than. Well, maybe I'm not. Let's just try. So let's take the total buff. And we add that 0.02, which is like 32, right? And then we take that, we divide it by 16,179. We get 920.933. Huh. Hold up. Maybe that is right. 3193 plus 33 divided by 16,179. No. It's still not enough. I'm still off. So let's take that 3193 multiplied by 0.2. We'll come with 638.6. Add that to 3193 equals that divided by 16,179. We get 23%. So that obviously doesn't work either. So there's no inherent gym hype defense built into level 2 cards. That was my premises. It was my hypothesis, but that hypothesis is wrong as well. Okay. So that leaves me Hey, it's Fluke. What up, Fluke? Hold up. Hold up. Okay, hold on. So if I take this black swipe and there's no cascade, am I going to do 71,472.6? No. What the fuck? I was nowhere close to that. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, hold up. All right. 31004. So 31004 times. Stupid. 34. 31004 times 1.2 equals 37204.8. If we take that number and multiply by 0.02, that's 744.1. So if we do that, we'll take the 37204 minus 744.1, we get 36,459.9. Multiply that by 3. Do we get 109,370 or 109,380? 109,380? Cool. What up, M Jr.? All right. Sorry, guys. I got lost for a second. I thought I had an idea. I didn't. That's annoying. All right, there's no class advantage. There's no nothing going on. Okay. Hike your Hall of Fame team. Who'd you hype? Who'd you get all hyped up? One 116 or 116. No. Huh. JBL Goldberg, that's a solid team to hype up. M Jr. IK was going to stream Grande Victory Tour, but not liking it. Yeah, no, dude. We don't stream Grande here. The only person I've seen being able to stream Grande is Merrick's, and he admittedly has just a super beefed up streaming rig. Okay, so what in the Blue Blazes is happening here? 16,179. That's what I should have done, but I actually did instead. What is that 78.4 number? This is the total damage that I didn't do that I thought I was supposed to do. 16%. Yeah, you could probably do the window link thing. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out percentage on hype. It's not going well. So I was off by a total of 78.4. Let's call it 79. Does that look better? Nope. Yeah, I just didn't want to consider that, Jamie say. I want to exhaust all of that before I get even more complicated. Because nothing else I've figured out in game is nearly that mathematical. Most of it is figuring out the order of operations and how it all works. And then it usually clicks into place and everything works just fine. And I can start like adapting and saying, oh, it's going to be this, or oh, it's going to be this. I haven't been able to do that here. Yeah, that steel health move's a monster. Okay. Alright, so let's try this again. 20,190 times 1 point. Something happened. Footers, thanks for the prime sub, man. I appreciate you. Alright, so this number should be 72,684. I got more than enough there. Okay. 72,684. Let me make sure that I don't have any defensive stuff that's bothering me over here. I don't think I do. Nope. Nope. Okay. You know what, Footers? I tend to agree. No, for real though, I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you. Alright, so we know this is supposed to be 62,684. I'll cross out that math because that math is wrong. And we know that our health is 224,794. Let's see what it is. No cascade, please. Thank you. So minus 152269, 72,525. So a difference of difference of 53 damage per gem. And each one of my black gems is doing 53 divided by 20190 is 0.26%. All right, fine. Let's stop. Why? Oh, God. That's not going to be the right number. 0.26%. Okay, so now that we know that, well, we already know the answer here. Where is something else that's recklable? Something else that we can do. We can do this one here. That'll drop one, that'll drop one, that'll drop, and that is not a 3 match. Okay. That should be the same damage, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's do this again. 3104 times 1.2 equals that. Times 3 is 116 or 111,614.4. Let's multiply that all by 0.26%. 0026. We'll come up with 29,000. That's no way. Oh, that's 26%, dumbass. All right. That's 1116144. 1116144 times 0.0026. We come up with 290. 0.19744. So we'll take the 1116114.4 minus 290.9744. That means that yellow swipe should do 111,324. Is that correct? 111,369. Of course it's not correct. Why would it be correct? Why would that be correct? Why would that be correct? Why? 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 Nah, who knows? All right. So the easiest way to do it, 20,190. Three, 545 equals times 3 equals. So this red swipe should do 72,524. Critical hit. You troll son of a... What up, Eagles? How you doing, man? Why Squad? Try Bud Dry. That's an old school reference. Old school. No, you're absolutely right. I don't think they've had Bud Dry in the store since like 1994, brother. Finding other games to spend time and money in. Have you considered Raid Shadow Legends? So we know blue. So, whoops. Whoa, come back. 6179 times 1.1973545 equals that. Multiplied by 3 equals that. So 58,116, right? 58,116. Make sure there's no bonuses here. Not a 1. Anything here? Not a 1. Okay. So when we swipe here, his health should go from 376, 271 minus 58,116. So it should be 318, 155, provided we don't cascade. 318, 155. All right. You refuse to join the raid. There's a company called Scopely. He's got this cool game called Monopoly Go. I might want to check that one out. So that's it. That's the number. That's the number. How you get to that number, I have no flipping idea. But 19.73545% is your approximate increase in damage. Based on this right here, 100. Right there. Right there. That equals 1973, 545, approximately. That number is 0.1973545. That's the number right there in the calculator, Jamie said. That is your approximate increase in damage. Yes, M Junior, that is absolutely a separate buff from plate and metal buffs. So if you want me to prove that, I can. Check this out. Take a look at this jumping hook kick. 4877 damage. Oh, this makes random gems. I don't like that. Here, give me a second. Here, I can show you, M Junior. Give me just 1 second. We're in an ad break, so I will pause for just a moment. Oh no, I'll show you that here in just a second too. Yeah, give me a second because I wanted to show off this right here, right? Springboard Tornadoes 2744. Okay. Multiplied by that magic number, we get that plus the 2744 equals, and we're going to round it up, so it'd be 3286 for move damage. Okay. That's what we're going to anticipate as the buff for move damage. So 3286 at 992675. This is the health of Austin minus the 3286. That means after this move is done, it should be, his health should be 989389. We'll go ahead and use it. $989,389 is right there. Did you also see that it said move damage reduced? Did you see that? I saw that. Oh, he's got a... I see. Okay, that's not nearly as interesting as I thought. So, what you saw as the reduce was this stuff right here. But the hype bonus takes effect after all of this is calculated, right? So it takes all the information here. It takes all the information from gem damage and move damage and stuff like that. And then the hype bonus layers on top of all of that, and it's invisible. Okay, that's how I was able to predict 989,389 based on the 1973,545 number. Okay. Well, the defensive buff actually is always accounted for when you look at this screen right here. So this number right here, the 2744, it's already taking into account this defensive buff. It's already done the calculation for you. It's right there. It's built in. So this move should be something, whoops, should be something different. It should be higher. It should be higher by, whatever this amount is. Sorry, right here. It should be higher by that amount, but it's not. So the game already does the math for you here. It just doesn't show you the math for hype. So it's already built in. Which, I mean, it's cool, I guess. It also means we can start, like, we can really start calculating stuff out now. So let's take these red gems right here. I'm just going to make a red 3 match up in this corner. So the debuffs are already taken into account because of this right here. Okay. So we take this 11,851 times 3 equals plus the strength of the move, which is 3,800. So plus 3,800. And then we can multiply that by 1.1973545. So we can anticipate with both the move and the gems doing 47,119 damage. All right. So that means after everything is all done, 923,350 minus 47,119. He should be at 876,231 after I use this move right here. And nope, it's not because I did my math wrong. Hold on. 2744. No, do it a different way, dummy. 11,851 times 3 equals plus the 2744 equals multiplied by the 1.1973545. So it's 45,855 is what we're looking for. Sorry. 45,855. So if we take Austin's health, 923,350 minus 45,855, if there's no crit of any sort, it should be 877,495. Later, Jamie. Say, I appreciate you dropping in. Hope you have a good night's sleep. 877,494. That's fine. I can handle being off by 1. That's usually rounding stuff anyway. Okay. So we can take into account all of that and then check this out. Not that, but we've got this sub right here, right? So our sub is 8294 damage for 3 turns. Okay. Multiply that by the 1.1973545. That means each click, each tick of the game should be 9930 or 9931, depending on how the game rounds it. So check this out. Oh, slow down. 9931. There you go. So hype also increases the damage of your subs by that 1973,545 number. So it's consistent. It is consistent across the board. It is in the order of operations thing that we've got going on. It's after all of the calculations that the game can possibly do. And M Junior, give me a second. I forgot. I definitely told you I was going to show you with like Entourage and stuff, so we'll do that next. Grande McCool is like to get them or to hype them up. Both of them are absolute killer ideas. Oh yeah. Yeah, you done for. You done, son? So let's throw a handful of different trainers on. Actually, get them on your roster. Son, man, they're both fantastic, fantastic cards. Let's do this. Is that a 5 bag? Let's go. Give me more. Oh, they changed these up. Or I've never seen them before. This is a good look. I like this look a lot better than like... That's clean, yo. Check that out. I like it. So let's do a couple of different types of trainers here. Let's do... Let's do yellow subs. Here, we'll do purple moves. We'll do yellow subs. We'll do any color subs. Let's do red gym damage. Where's the red gym damage? There we go. Red gym damage. And let's do... Screw it. That's fine. That's all we need. Alright. So we know that, like, our purple moves are getting a buff. Our damage to our subs are getting a buff. And our red gems are going to be getting a buff as well, right? So, let's go into battle here. He's a trainer coach person. I got 100 hype for him, so I'm going to eventually bring him up to hype 3 for testing reasons. But he's not that great of a fighter. So here, 34, 6, 12. We can do the process all over again, right? So we know that reds are buffed. So we'll take that 18. Oops, come back. 18, 9, 1, 8. Multiplied by 3 equals that. Plus the 3462, we get that. We multiply that by 1.1973545. Let's call it 72,100. Okay. So let's take Cena's health, 22,33517 minus, what did I say, 72,100? Is that what I said? 72,100, yeah. So my man's health, provided no cascades, should end 2,161,417. This looks like a pretty safe spot. It was a critical hit. That's cool. We like critical hits. That's so frustrating. God bless. Sherry and Andre are both baller. Striker Naomi is baller. Pence is pretty good. That's a good month, man. You ain't wrong. That's a good month. All right, game. Appreciate you being so cooperative with me today. Let's take a look at the sleeper hold. 12441 multiplied by 1.1973545. Each tick. Yeah, each tick should be 14,896. 14,896. And after the explosion, we'll take a look at it. 14,897. That's fine. 14,897. So it's calculating, again, it took, come back please. So again, it took everything that's over here, including my entourage. And I forgot to put a strap, equip a strap, but like the strap also works. Everything that shows up here and your strap stuff shows up here gets hit by that magic number, the 1973 545 and change number. Okay. Now that's the only 3 types of damage I have been able to test so far, admittedly. I don't have half the TMT, the turtle stuff. I don't have half the Ghostbuster stuff. I only have a handful of the Rocky stuff. I feel you, MJR. It's tough. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I'm going to have to eventually put that in as a game suggestion in the official Discord. I hate the fact that it's invisible. It's really lame. Like, it's really lame. I don't like it at all. What was I going to check? I can do a 10 pull. Screw it. Let's do a 10 pull. Hey, Birdman. I don't have either of the last 2 cards. I haven't had the last 3 cards. Cool, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Winning. Come on, give me somebody good that I have and will use. Alright, I'll take that. That's fine. So Coco is the get here. I'm not going to use anybody else. I'll burn this just to get access to the higher hype levels. I don't have either of these 3 up here. I guess it's nice to have them though. Alright, so here's, you want to see where things get weird? Let's get weird. Let's go back here. Let's go here. Bronson Reed. Let's make it consistent. We'll throw that on there so we get that full, we get the full effect. Now I don't have to calculate any of this because I can use it right all off the same screen. And I got a choose move, which is nice too. Okay. Watch this shit. Now he's hype level 2. Hype level 2. Mod taker, nice. So our magic number is 0.1973545. Multiply that by 2, and what do you get? 39.4709. All right. So you would assume that the increase in damage that you get, hype level 2 versus 0 compared to hype level 1 versus 0, is 39.47. Right? Right? Or maybe even 39.471. Right? Okay. So let's use that as the number. 39.471. That's what I'm going to use. So let's take our green here. 15,308 multiplied by 3 equals, multiply that by 1.39471. All right, so we get the number of 64,050. We're going to call it 64,051. Okay. So take that 1565588 that Austin has, subtract 64051 from it. We come up with, he should end up with 1.501 million. 537. Oh, nope, that's going to cascade like crazy. Let's hope this one doesn't. 1502216. 1502216. It actually did less damage than what we thought it was. Okay, so even though we took the magic number 1973,545, sorry, 0.1973545, multiplied that by, come back here, 2 for this 39, that's not what we got. That's not what we got. It's not what we got. So what's the math then? Okay. This is going to cascade, so I can't use this, but I can use this. Okay. And this is how I'm going to do it. We're going to check the difference. So if we take Austin's health, 1502216, and we subtract 296, 940, 43 from it, 1205, 273. Okay, but we know it's not going to be that because of hype. We're actually at 109. So if we take that 1092450 divided by 1205273, the number that we get is like 90.6. So I was off by about 90.6. How frustrating is that? Now I got to swipe and I got to take this cascade, so I'm not going to do any math. So let's look at blue again. Hey, Chef. I have enough prize wall currency to get Mommy's gear. Don't have Mommy. Naomi's gear, you do have her. Or Punk's gear, and you do have him. Debating on what to get. I don't know anything about Punk's gear, and I don't have Punk. Naomi with gear is a 2-click monster. Mommy's gear is good too, but like, how far away are you from getting it? All right, so there's 3 blue swipe. We're anticipating doing 40,986 damage. Okay, so it should end up 937, 779. We know it's not going to do that. Let's check and see how much damage it actually does. 978, 765. We're going to slow this down to 1x speed. We're going to swipe. We're not going to cascade. Great. We're going to subtract 922206. We actually did 56,559 damage. So, if we subtract the damage we actually did versus what we thought we were going to do, we come up with 15,573. Divide that by the base, which is 40,986. We come up with this stupid number. Now, this is consistent as well. I've seen this number a bunch. It's 0.379959. Where does that number even begin to come from? If you divide it by 2, you don't get 1973. You get 18.99. So where does that number come from? It's not double the damage from hype level 1 to hype level 2. It's not. It's actually less than that. Why? What? Why? Why does it do that? Why does it do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I guess let's. I don't know. It don't make any sense. So our magic number at hype level 2 is 0.3799. I'm just going to call it 6. 0.37996. And we can replicate that. All right. If we go over here, 296943, multiply that by 37996. This green move should do 409,769. All right. So let's take our total health here. 922,206 minus 409,769. After this move, it should end up at 512,437. $512,440. It's off by 3. Whatever. I don't care. Why does it do that? Why is it that weird little number? I don't know. I can't figure it out. So it's not a linear progression is what I'm saying. This is why initially I also thought that there was a hidden mechanic with hype level 0, right? So let's take this. I can't replicate it. Let's take this right here. 15308 multiplied by 1.2 equals multiply that by 3. That's the wrong math. Hold on. 15308 multiplied by 1.4, because I would personally think that 20% per level makes the most sense, and we're really close to that anyway. And we multiply this by 3. This one swipe should be 64,293.6. Okay. And then there's a There's two ways of looking at that. Let's take this number, multiply by 0.04. Which is 2571.75. Or is it... Huh. $1285.87. Maybe it goes off a base. 15,308. Maybe it goes off a base. 15,308 times 0.02 equals 3 equals 918.48. All right. Let's see how much we do. 512, 440 minus the swipe. $63,372 is what we came up with. Okay. So from our anticipated 40%, 64,293.6 minus the 63,372, we come up with 921.6, which does not match any of my hypotheses whatsoever. In fact, it only came close to 1. So cool. Cool. Where the fuck does that number come from? Let's just call it 922. That's how much I was off. I was off by 922 damage. Where does it come from? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, Baby Ice, I could brute force it, and I have been able to brute force it starting today, which is nice, I guess. Like, I can show you what this number is going to be. I can show you what this number is going to be. I can show you what this number is going to be with the entire top row. Here, it'll be... Well, he doesn't have enough health anymore. But I can show you real close to within the range of 10 with this move, choosing all 7 of the top row. I can show you what the damage is going to be. I can predict it. I just don't know where the numbers come from. It doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. I don't get it. What do you mean they said it wasn't going to be based off of raw damage? Ooh, I need that information. Here's the other thing that I need to test. If I have to, I'll release a video showing all the raw numbers that I can come up with and all of my brute force techniques, but I would like it to be a lot cleaner and a lot more informative than that, if that makes any sense. Because I can even show you class advantage. Well, no, I can't because it's requiring me to use a trickster. If I went digging and searching, I could show you what class advantage is. Class advantage is actually 0.29. Blah, 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 blah. So, I still think, based on the wording of this right here, aggression, do more damage. Superstars with higher aggression will deal more damage against opponents with lower toughness rating. It has something to do with how this compares to this. I got a bunch of fuses, Chef. It wasn't great for me. Oh, and I got Jackie. I guess it was great for me. I forgot about that. And then toughness is take less damage. Superstars with higher toughness will take less damage against opponents with lower aggression rating. Okay? So, it has something to do with how these compare to each other. Do more damage, gooder. That's kind of what it says. But that's what it's... What up, Bug Homie? Duck Homie? Wait. We got to get the Duck Homie links. Where's the Duck Homie links? Oh, you changed your channel name. That's why I couldn't find it. Share channel. Share channel. Share channel. This is my boy Duck Homie. Go subscribe to him as well. I like his channel. He's got a bunch of goofy builds. They're usually massive damage too. Goofy builds with massive damage. Gotta love it. Show Duck Homie some love. Yeah, so it has something to do with this. And how these compare to each other. I think the secret that I'm missing that I don't have available to me is I need some hype in tours. I need my tours to get some hype in them before I can really zero this out. I might be able to find some hype here. Let's try this. And let's... And let's avoid show loads. Okay, let's give it a shot. Let's see if I can't find somebody real quick. Edit. Replace with Bronson. Yeah, him. Put him right there. Okay, great. There. How about now? Can I go now without a debuff? Stupid game. Alright, let's go find... Do you have hype? How did I fare this month? Pretty good. You have no hypes. Then I don't particularly care about you. I need somebody with hypes. Mr. Nissen probably has hypes. You have hypes? No hypes. Hypes in the wrong spot. Do you have hypes? Yeah, you got hypes. Let's go. Okay, cool. I have actually never tested this before, so this will be fun. Hoodie, I ended up with Bex and Coco and El Grande. I'm 400 shards away from EO and I'm 2,000 shards away from Phoenix. So not too bad. I shard recruited Mommy. I pulled Mod Taker off the prize wall. Through loot, I snagged a couple other cards that were pretty decent. Alright. So we know base damage is... $296, $943. See how much of an increase in damage we're actually getting. So 94302 192. We'll use the move. Slammed up, dud up. Let the boys be boys. Also subtract 93946640 355 552. Subtract by the 296. 943 equals 58609 divided by 296 943 equals, well, look at there, 0.1973745. Look at that. Do we recognize the 0.1973 number? It is the difference between level 1 and level 0 hype. And we're back there again. The difference between level 2 and level 1 hype is 0.1973 and a bunch of other smaller numbers. So, what does that tell us? Nothing. So, I don't know. And of course, the mechanic is invisible, so we can't see it here. The only thing we can see here is there. That's all we can see. That's it. Good luck, community. Have fun. Figure it out. Right? Bug, or Duck, the hype damage comes across the top with all of it. So it's already got all of this stuff calculated out like it's already got it calculated out like it's supposed to be in game. Okay, so it's already taking into account gym defense, move defense, the whole 9 yards, and then it adds this number right here, this crazy number, which basically is this 0.1973. 0.1974 basically number, or 0.1973545, and it changes a little bit depending on how granular you get, but this is basically the number. This is the difference between one level difference, and then it jumps up to 0.37996 or 37.996% difference when there's 2 hype levels. And if you're curious, it is not double that number at all. So it is not a linear progression. So that's the problem. It's not a linear progression at all. And that infuriates me to no end. But we can do it now. Now I can calculate it because I can just brute force it, right? Here is, so this red 3 swipe, which shouldn't cascade, I don't think. No, it shouldn't. Yeah. So we can take this, sorry, 59143, multiply it by 3 because we're breaking 3 gems, multiply it by 1.19, 73545. We're going to come up with this number right here. I'm not going to round it, so 212,445. We can take my man's health here, which is 90, 93, 94, 6640. Subtract by this amount. After this 3 swipe, he should be at 93, 734, 195. Ding, there we go. 93, 734, 192. I'm off by 3. I'm fine. It's just rounding bullshit. So I'm there, but I don't know why. But the buff is invisible. You can't see it. Right? You can't see what's happening, and that's the problem, is you can't see it happening. So we know that this move damage here, it even works with this stuff right here, right? So let's click this up and kick my red move damage up by 50%. And we can make a couple of inferences here. I know I'm going to Cascade, but I'm going to make 25 of these guys. All right. So let's take this 35,192 multiplied by 25. I'm going to do that much in gem damage. What is that? And then we're going to add 140,49823. We're going to do that much. Then we're going to multiply that all by 1.1973545. And I'm going to hit for about 17.876 million if I don't Cascade. And I don't believe he's focused because I'm not getting the weird shaky rattly thing, right? So let's take this number, copy it, 92455,235 minus that number. This is what his HP should end up at after I smack him in the face. No cascades, please. Oh, it's a random area. I don't get to choose. I'm going to cascade like crazy. But close. You can reasonably assume that the cascades did that much damage. Hyper new system will be different. It gives control, stat impact, roster flexibility. Hyper will reward players who think about more than raw damage. Yeah, I think they were talking about like the kick out damage and the defense and who goes first there. Because it says stat impact right there, MJR. You see what I'm saying? So it knows it changes the stats, and it's an invisible change. Here, let's just end it. So, ta-da! There we go. Yeah, MJR, I would understand where you're coming from, except I can replicate the buffs all across the board, right? It's always that magic 1973 number when there's one difference in height between the two of them. I haven't even begun to test defensive numbers yet. So I guess my question, boys and girls, would a video explaining the limited amount I know right now be even worthwhile? Or is that just going to end up in too many... I almost hesitate to do it because I don't have enough information and it's very vague. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing with all my other damage videos and all my other math videos, I can actually show you where it comes from. Like, hey, because of this, this does this, because of this, this does this, because of this, this does this. I can't tell you the because of this on this one. Right? I just can tell you, hey, based on this number that I brute forced, this is what happens, but I don't know why. Does that actually help anybody? I mean, I could see the argument for both sides. Okay, let's test this. Let's test the bonus damage. I have a feeling I know what's going to happen, but I want to test it anyway. Wait until we know a little bit more. I'm fine with that. I don't disagree. Any video I make will be more info than Scopely gave us. I mean, you're probably not wrong. What's up, Telvin? How you doing, man? I hope they do. I love Street Fighter. Hell yeah. I'm in. Alright. Blows up. I get a bunch of MP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay. So, let's take this number here. 2713 times 27. That's how many I had, right? 27? Crap. Man, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 27. Okay. So this number plus 9308 equals, and then we multiply that all by our magic number, 1.1973545. So that means our damage should be 98,852 flat. All right. One two four zero 113 is Austin's HP minus 98,852. So he should end up at 1.141261. 1.141259. I'm always off by about 3. That's fine. That's fine. So the buff that you get for being hype also works on bonus damage. Good to know. We're getting there. We're learning. So we've confirmed gym damage, move damage, bonus gym damage, and sub gym damage. Very cool. Don't overrate my jugs. Don't do it. No. Oh, he's not going to do it. Good. Don't go. So we know this is probably going to be close to 100K again. Yeah, sure was. Perfect. Lines up just right. So, I am effectively out of ideas. I have no ideas. I'm idealist. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it works the way it works. Still stumped. Still stumped. Hey, a thing happened. What happened? Oh, Niners. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you, mate. I suppose. What other type of damage is out there? Guess it wouldn't be the worst idea in the world to check it all. Trap gem damage. Good call. Do I have anybody hyped up that does trap gem damage? No. Why would I have that? Ugh. Oh, in Showdown, when you have a 30% debuff, the damage from trap gems does not go down. That's good to know. That's real good to know, actually. All right. Where is he? For science. For science. Let's see. What is his trap setup? I think it's that. Plus that. I think you need that too. Right? No, you also need that. Yeah, triple red. Okay. Red moves. Red moves. The Hogans. Yeah, that should be fine. That's fine. We'll make this work. Okay. This is going to be really hard to test. I forgot that it kicked out random black gems. Crap. Oh, and the one move just wiped out all of his health. Cool, 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 cool. We like that. Let's see if we can still see it. 170, 239 times 3 equals... What does the move say? Plus 1396441 equals multiplied by 1.1973545 equals that. So we're going to want to see 2.283544 million. Slow it down. Hope we get lucky with no cascades. Of course. Yeah. Fine. Game. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. And of course, it didn't take me back to the tour screen. No, why would it do that? Nerds. Alright, almost could take a hit, I'm sure. But, and this may change. This may change. Do I have a clean 3 match somewhere? There. That's not so clean, but... That's really not clean at all. I don't like that. What is my red gem damage here? 107, 343. And then the traps are doing plus 1409. Nope. Wrong number. 1396441. No. No. I need to do it this way. 107,343 multiplied by 3 equals plus 1396441 equals. Alright, so with this swipe, no cascades, we should be doing that much damage. Let's take his health, which is 187,12752 minus that number. With no cascades, he should end up around 16.994 to 282. Yeah. Click. No cascade. Or like a big one, that's fine too. That's about worst case scenario, I think. That did 24 million damage. That was awesome. Annoying, but awesome. Let me try something real quick. This is not for science. This is just for the love of big numbers. This actually may be my favorite setup for Truth. I know it's not the best setup for Truth, but man, this setup really just tickles me pink. I love it so much. Let's see if it shows me a number. Nope. All right. Fine. Now I gotta know. Now I gotta know. It looks to me like it does. Worst poster I got hype shards for? I just got hype shards for Showboat Shawn Michaels. That ain't great. You got hype shards for Bruno Sammartino. I guess he used to be usable. So this setup organically hits in the 40 million range. The way I have it set up right now, I've run this setup a lot. I'm pretty familiar with the numbers behind it. Let's see what this does, though. $40 million. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't change that damage. That's not a good match right there, but it'll have to work. Nope, we can do it here. That's even worse. I'll have to do it. Alright. So 89,455 times 3 equals plus 1396441 equals multiplied by 1.19735545. Alright. We'll take this number here. Yeah. 5287766 minus that number. And no cascade. Yeah, okay. How many black gems did it break? 6? I think it broke 6. And another trap. So it broke 6 of those and another trap. So I need to remember this number here. $63,294,404 minus 99,461 times 3 equals plus 1396441 equals times 1.19 355. Alright. Minus 2,029,305. Okay. Alright. So 63 to 94 404 minus 2029 305 gets us 61 265 099. I must have broken something else in there. The best I got him for, Telvin, was probably Striker Brawn Breaker. I don't know. So, Chad's, I'm looking at, I should have been, his HP should have been 61 265. I hit for about 300k more damage. That means I didn't account for a gym break or something like that. It looks like they are. Here's the problem. I don't know how to isolate it. It very clearly is not going to isolate I can't isolate it with truth at the very least. Unless I have absolutely no gems or black gems on the gem board. Or try to get lucky. So I need to find somebody that I can hype that will do damage per trap gem broken, but not kick out any gems. The Viscera trap moveset? What does Viscera's traps do? Hang on, I got Viscera. I even have Viscera hyped up. Bam. Yeah, see, it still does the same junk, though. Here, we'll do that. And then I just need... two black MP. Yeah, that'll work. I think I can get luckier here, though, for sure. Can I place them? Oh, come on. Be nice to me. Okay, you kind of did. Cool, cool, cool. $200k damage. $626. $96,472. All right, be nice. You were nice. $96,472. $689. I'm off by 12. Yeah, I'm very comfortable saying that the trap damage is increased by hype. Just looking off that alone. Yeah, I would say that to be the case. So yeah, it very clearly we did. Oh, I typed in the wrong number there. That should be 66, 472, 701. It's 14 points off. No, 12 points off. How am I 12 points off? It doesn't matter. I'm 12 points off. Yeah, I'm comfortable saying that the trap gem damage gets affected by hype as well. At least on the offensive side of things. Is there anybody streaming champions right now? Doesn't look like it. At least none that I know. And they are not either. Okay, cool. So, at this point, I'm probably going to end the stream. I got to do family stuff. I now know nothing. Jon Snow. I have not learned anything else. Other than a pretty solid confirmation that the hype buffs are invisible and they are across the board. Every form of damage gets hyped up by some random amount of stat increase. Before I take off, anybody got any questions for me? Hints, allegations, things left unsaid? Cool. All right. Let's see here. We're going to try to, Chads. We're going to try to. We'll figure it out. I'll get there eventually. All right, guys. Well, it's been real. I appreciate everybody stopping and hanging out. Shout out to everybody who come and was hanging with me. I don't know when I'll go live next, but I will certainly catch you next time. I'll probably pause on the videos until I figure this one out. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll get a wild hair and do something tonight. I've got a couple of other projects that I've neglected for a little while, so maybe I'll get back into them. I'll talk to you guys later.